This is in response, really, to Red Pill Phil, who has become actually a really huge friend of mine, and we've really become. I think we spend more time on the phone actually than he spends talking to his missus. Luckily, his missus is really understanding. But he did a video for anybody who's not seen it. It's up on his YouTube channel where he is addressing the issue of the Muslim grooming gangs. And again, we constantly feel, and I've said this to Phil, why do I always feel this need to say not all Muslims? At no point have I ever said all Muslims rape. I've never ever said that. But yet we feel this constant need to turn around and say, but obviously it's not all Muslims. And as I said to Phil, if this was white men targeting white girls, I wouldn't feel the need to say, but obviously not all black men. If this was white men targeting Pakistani Muslim girls, I wouldn't feel the need to say, but not all white men. But yet, whenever it's a Muslim grooming gang issue, there is this sense of, I need to state that it's not all Muslim men. And I've said, and I mean it, I have no intentions of continuously doing that anymore. I'm not going to keep doing this because I don't need to state it's not all Muslim men, because I've never said that it is all Muslim men and all Muslim men do this. I've never made that claim. But there is now statistics that prove that 90% of grooming gangs, that's the difference, the grooming gang situation is perpetuated from within the Muslim community, predominantly Pakistani men. But it is still being done on a mass scale and an industrial scale. They're the words of David Cameron, an industrial scale. And people go, well, historically. No, not historically. And here's where I'm going to prove one of my points. Today, a lady has pointed it in my direction, said, Tony, can you go on my page? There's an article on my page. This has happened in Middlesbrough. So I'm going to read this out because I think it's really important. And if anybody is from the Middlesbrough area, please do make a point of ringing the number at the end of this article. So my eyes are going to look down because I'm going to be reading it so you get it word for word that's in the newspaper. It says, a woman was raped at a popular Middlesbrough night spot after another was sexually assaulted. Police are investigating two separate incidents, one of sexual assault and one of rape at Spensley's on Albert Road over the past weekend. The attacks are being linked and the officers are appealing for anyone with information to come forward. The first incident happened between 3 a.m. and 3:30 a.m. on Saturday. A woman in her early 20s who was sat on a sofa outside the toilets was approached by a man who was sexually assaulted, police say. The second incident happened between 3 a.m. and 3:30 a.m. on Sunday and involved a woman again, aged in her early 20s, was raped in the women's toilets. The suspect is described as being in his early 30s, of medium build with dark hair and dark eyes. He is of Middle Eastern appearance and was wearing a light-coloured shirt and dark, skinny fitting jeans. Now, Middle Eastern could be anybody, but I would lay odds on. If they find him, they catch him, we'll get a name and then we'll know. His hair was shorter around the sides than the top, and he spoke with a local accent, so he's clearly born and bred in Middlesbrough. Detective Sergeant Darren Wild from Middlesbrough Operational Crime Team said, these incidents have been horrific for the victims to have gone through, and both are receiving specialist support from our partner agencies. We are carrying out a number of inquiries to try and identify the person responsible. I would like to appeal to anyone who may have been in the club in the early hours of Saturday or Sunday, who may have seen the man described behaving suspiciously or know who he is. Those with information should call us on 101 or Crime Stoppers. Anyone with information regarding either incident or information regarding the person responsible is asked to contact DS Wild from Middlesbrough Operational Crime Team on the non-emergency number 101 or Crime Stoppers anonymously on 0800 555 111 or www.crimestoppers/uk.org.uk. Now, I'm not saying that this guy is Muslim, but I will lay odds on that he is. But what I find interesting is to contact him on a non-urgent number. I'm pretty sure a rapist roaming the streets is urgent. These crimes are not stopping. Please understand, these crimes are not stopping. Now, a guy who commented on Phil's video turned around and said, well, would you mention the Catholic priest religion? Yes. When Catholic priests rape little boys, I said Catholic priests. I did not waver. I did not hesitate, nor would I. And if atheists like me go around, I insist on being recognised as an atheist, but I'm not an atheist first and English second. I'm English first and foremost. Now, if I was arrested for a crime and it said Englishwoman Tony Bugle arrested for, I would have absolutely no issue with somebody pointing out that I'm English and that I'm an atheist. It wouldn't bother me. But there is a huge difference when we've got paedophiles and rapists in this country. Of course we have. Of course we know that there is still a higher percentage that are white. We are still the majority in this country. But they don't work in an organised gang mentality and passing girls between uncle, brothers and cousins. That is what these men are doing. With impunity. With impunity. That is the difference. I am happy to call out your Stuart Halls, your Rolf Harrises and your Jimmy Saviles. I have no issue with calling out any rapist and any paedophile. But these men are operating in a gang mentality. This is pack hunting. They are pack hunting predominantly white girls. Is it happening to Muslim women? Yes. But the difference is Muslim women are forbidden from speaking out because people think Sharia law is not operating in this country. Oh, yes, it is. And these women are told that they are not to speak outside of Sharia law and therefore must produce 4 male witnesses to testify to rape. And anybody who wants to pull me up on that, one of the Muslim women that I've helped and that I've been there for was forced to marry her rapist in this country. It is happening to Muslim women. But until Muslim women start speaking out and reporting it to the police, we can't measure how much it's happening. But they are targeting predominantly white girls with impunity. So when the next march, which is February the 17th, Veterans Against Terrorism, in Newcastle, I've been asked to go along as a speaker. I have agreed to do so. Whether I deliver a good speech is yet to remains to be seen. I am sure without a doubt that all of your stand up to racism and all your other lefty organisations that struggle with factual and correct information will sure be there shouting out racists. Just as they were in Edinburgh when they were singing, "We are black, white, Muslim, we are Jew," and yet you were a group of middle-aged, white, grey-haired men. You were not black, white, Muslim and Jew. However, on the corner where we were stood, there was black, there was white, there was brown, there was Jew, there was ex-Muslim. We were diverse. You all want your diversity quota. Well, we were diverse. Whereas you shouting, "We are black, white, Muslim, we are Jew," who was none of those things. Think that you can scream out the word racist and it's going to shut us up. It's not going to shut us up. It's going to make us shout a little bit louder. So please, every woman out there, grandmothers, mothers, aunts, nieces, whatever, get yourselves to Newcastle. Please show, because it's time now that the women, we cannot leave this. It's not a fight just for the men. We need to be seen. We need to be vocal. We need to start showing that we, the women of this country, are right behind the men speaking up about these issues, and we're not prepared to sit back and let them fight the fight. We're not prepared to fight ourselves. So I'm not stopping, keeping it short and sweet. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas, and please do have a very happy New Year.